Hi, everybody. How's the sound coming through? Sound okay? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Let's see. Oh, preferences. Come on. Let's see. Input. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on a second. You got to plug this in. Okay. Let me see. There we go. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Sound all right now? Hey, Hans, how you doing, man? Yeah. Okay. Good, Christopher. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, Deacon Clive, Bruce, NS, Christopher, Forbin. Forbin, you said something there that was really funny. I'll have to back up to it. I forget what it was. Let's see. All right, let's see. DG, how's it going? Oh, good. Crappy, how's it going, man? French resistance fighter, huh? Ah, okay. Do you have any Kangol hat? Now, what's a Kangol hat? I'm not sure what that is. Um, hey, Helmut. Monster, Monster Neo Rodent. What's that? Okay, I'm getting real pissy with YouTube watch gurus. Okay, good. Well, if you don't want to watch a guru, you can come here. We got no gurus. Hey, Caliber 3135. Okay, has been making hats. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard of it. I don't know what it is though. Hey, Gary. All right. Today, what I wanted to talk about is watch Nazis. Hey, Britt. And, and by that I mean these are people who have something that they tell everyone that you have to have a certain watch. Hi, Sue. And are you the only woman here? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to check. Uh, and if you are, that's okay. Everyone's welcome. Anyway, the so let's talk about this. Is that horological National Socialist? That watch on rhyme was that was awful. Uh, no, I see crap. Is this Sue? Was that a cut? Okay, let's see. All right. I hate Illinois watching Nazis. Okay. Um, so let's talk about this. Here you got a beginner, and a beginner comes up to you and he says, I was told by so and so that I've got to have this kind of watch, this brand of watch, and if I don't have this brand of watch or this model of watch, my collection isn't complete. And I've heard that from a lot of different users, but most of it comes from two sources, which is sort of interesting. One source is say, oh, you got to have a Rolex, okay? So I tried some on. That counts. I decided I had one, but not for a long time. It was on my wrist for a while. The other source is from you got to have a moon watch. In fact, I've seen articles written that says, "Oh, you got to have a moon watch to have um, a complete collection." Now, the thing of it is, what do you say to somebody like that? Is that like they said, "Well, this guy, he's an expert on it." Hi, Linda. Oh, good, Linda. So there's another woman. There you are, Sue. Um, so let's talk about that. What do you tell a beginner? Uh, let's say, well, since we have some women here, we can talk about some brands I think that all women should have. The oh God, now I can't remember the name of it. There's a woman CEO of it. It's a German company. Uh, Drawing a blank on it right now. But anyway, hi Lee, how's it going? The Rolex Reich. Yeah, the thing is, it's sort of too bad for Rolex owners because a lot of Rolex owners aren't that way, and sometimes a Rolex will simply be part of their collection. So I don't want to pick on Rolex owners. I mean, I'm not a Rolex hater or anything like that. And Rolex, I don't think they're too much of snobs. My God, there are so many other watches. Those poor, I've seen Rolex owners at watch shows, and they're almost apologetic, and it's so I don't think. Hey, Arabia Felix, how's it going, man? Okay, all right. Uh, Moritz Grossman, that's the one I was thinking. Thank you, Clyde. Yeah, now there's got a woman CEO. They're fantastic watches, but I mean, does that mean a woman should buy one? I don't think so. A woman or a man or anybody should get what they want. Period. And it's like, you know, hey, RRR, Rolex fanboys are the worst. Okay, yeah, I know. Well, it's not so much that I think that Rolex fanboys are the worst. They're just the most numerous. I mean, you've got like, they're cranking out 1.4 million watches a year, so and they have the best advertising and everything else. I think there would be more Patek Philippe owners the same way. Were it did they cost less and there were more of them? They put out about 50,000 a year. Hi, yours online. How you doing, man? Um, okay. So, hey, Tennessee Mike, how's it going, man? Kaz, hey, Kaz. Okay, well, there's a difference too. One of the things I was thinking of, all of us at one time or another have a watch we really like. For example, I know Kaz has the Chopek. He's got the Chopek. He even told me how to say it right. So he recommends it because he likes it. But I don't remember Kaz ever saying you got to have a Chopek or you're not a collector. So so where are we? How do we address? How do we talk to, especially a novice? Somebody sort of to push back against that whole thing. There are a lot of people, especially newer ones. They can't afford a Rolex, and maybe they'll never be able to afford a Rolex. Those things start about, I think, around $5,000 or something like that, 4,700. I don't know exactly, but they have one. I think it's the Oyster Perpetual. And I was down talking to a Rolex dealer the other day, and he was very nice guy, and the ones that I looked at were okay. I mean, they're not bad watches. Uh, what can I say? One of the things that Rolex has run into, and that's the people can't get them, all right, because they're except only certain models. Okay, what's Clyde up to? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, girls, you have the same middle name. Women, you have the same middle name. Well, hey, Godzilla. Um, Tell them to stay off YouTube and go to a library. Yeah, Godzilla. I don't know what you can find in a library, but that's true. Hey, John Doe. Jeffrey Epstein wrote Rolex. Enough said. Anybody who says enough said, don't listen to. I've never. Enough said is got to be the most banal thing that anyone can say unless they're screwing with you. Okay, and like I got one for you. This is a dunghill with faceted glass. Enough said. Okay, hey Hung, how you doing, man? Truth fears guilt, and you get Brit. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And the banality, evil, bringing it back to Nazis. Yes. Yeah, talk about banality. Don't follow watch trends, buy what you like. Yeah, here's the thing. Let's say, for example, that, hey, Chapman FX, um, that you're talking to a new guy or new gal, okay? Hey, Franasek, it's the Franasek. The topic is the newbies in the watch Nazis. Okay, I should say maybe brand or model Nazis might be more accurate. So anyway, so let's talk about really trying to help somebody who's new at this. Is that, what do you buy a watch for yourself, not anyone else? All of that is true, but other kinds of things sort of play into it. Now, if somebody wants to swap watches, that's the main thing they want to do. They buy them and sell them. Probably something like a Rolex or a Patek Philippe's not a bad idea. But even so, you're going to lose about 25% with every transaction unless you happen to get very lucky about it on certain things. So you could get unlucky. That happens too. Hey, Watch Lounge, what's up? I don't know. Uh, okay. Do you own a non-boutique name watch? Do I own a non-boutique name watch? I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, let me see. I don't know. That's a good question. Oh yeah, I got a Mickey Mouse watch. So it's a quartz. It was a gift. Um, yeah, what? I don't recommend or not recommend boutique watches, but there's what I go by is the movement. The movement in my new Dunhill is a Jacques 736. It's part of my Outlaw collection, and this is watches with a Jacques 736. No one in their right mind is going to collect these things except me that I know of, and that's because it's got a cool movement that I happen to like, and I've got a lot to learn about, but I still like it. It's a shape movement, and it runs at 3 hertz, which I happen to like too, and they're all hand wound. And I think there are about 5 brands that have them. RGM has them. Now, are those boutique? Oh, hey, I got one that's, but it's on leave right now, and that's my not a boutique name, I don't think, and it's what's the name of it? Maurice Lacroix. I have a Maurice Lacroix. That's not a boutique name, I don't think, is it? It sounds it, but it's not. Okay. Okay, yeah, I have VCs and Patek Philippe's. I even had a Audemars Piguet, but I sold it because I traded it in on another watch that I really wanted, namely the Vacheron Constantin. Okay, we're not talking about me and my collection. Hi, Pete. And but rather, in general, you're talking to people and say, well, what do you think of this watch? I was told by these guys that I got to have this watch for my collection. Um, what do you say? Well, do you like it? Can you afford it? And is it what you want in a watch? And how do they know? I don't know. Looks okay to me. And then you say, well, why did they say you should have it? The Watch Lounge, the Maurice Lacroix is a lot of watch for the money. Absolutely. Hey, Pete B. Yeah, no, that's a good point. It really is. Okay, the Dunhill watch you're wearing has an amazing shape that you can't see on camera. You're right about that. It's got a faceted glass, which the thing about the glass on this thing is when you turn it, it looks like the hands are it looks like there's lightning bolt hands that are on the Milgauss. Really a cool watch. Anyway, but like I said, I got it for the movement. Okay, ask what the newbie likes about watches and suggest his interest. If you tell them what? Yes. My first watch was a fashion watch, Bulgari. Now, see, Sue, that's a good point. Oh, I love that. That's Sue, you came up with the best example, Bulgari. At one time, Bulgari was a fashion watch, but they have really made the transition in a big way. And Bulgari now has some very interesting movements. And I think they've gone from really from um, a fashion watch to well, I don't know what you'd call it. It's either strong horology or even high horology in a lot of sense. That's a great example. Um, okay, what do you think about Shinola automatics? You know, Britt, that's a good question. I wish I knew more about them. I don't like automatics, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it because I like to wind my watches. Okay, there's something about it. But two of my favorite watches, three of my favorite watches are all automatics. My Harry Winston's automatic, and both of my Parmigiani Fleuriers are automatic. So what are you going to do? Um, truth fears Nazis. Nazis. Truth fears guilty. Nazis is a generic term for sort of insisting on everybody has to be the same. Hi NRS, how you doing, man? Do you use movements from one watch to another? Only with the watches that I make. Okay, just with the pretentious watchmakers that we can use whatever we want, and we can make up stories about them or anything. Hey, Caliber 31, what's up? Hitler was a big fan of A. Long and stuff. Oh, don't say people. Oh, that's a terrible thing to say. It's probably true, but you don't have to say it. Okay. Uh, that gives me the creeps. My Copa is not automatic. No, Clyde, because you have one of the best watches ever from, in my opinion, from Parmigiani, and that's a Hebdo Zamare. That's an 8-day watch. You wind it up once every 8 days. That is a great watch. I think they have one more that is a wind up. There's another one. I forget which one it is, but that's a wonderful watch to have. I got a okay. Left wing snowflake are the same as Nazis. Oh, come on now. It's just a generic term, Christopher. We're not, God, left wing snowflake. We're not talking about real political things. We're talking about sort of mean, insistent people. Okay, that you do this or we'll take you out and shoot you. Okay. Okay, yes, it is. Reverso is treated similarly to Moonwatch. Some people say a collection is not complete without a reversal. Good point. But of course, that's not true. It's a nice one. Reversals are good watches. I love reversals. I got one for my wife. They're really neat watches, and for a lot of different reasons. Plus, they have an interesting history. You know, and the thing, and like I said, the same with a moon watch. I mean, there's a difference between wanting one for whatever reason. It could be the history, you like the shape, you like this, or you like that, but not because somebody tells you you must have one to have a complete collection. Um, hey, PSK 31, what's up? Bonjour, bonjour, back to you, my man. Um, okay, what's up? Let's see. Caliber, let's see. Yes. Tribute to 1931. Oh, okay. Well, I got the Beauvais 1930, and that's close enough. Apparently, there are a few vindictive commentators here. NRS. Oh yeah. And let's not be vindictive about anything, okay? And let's, for God's sake, leave out politics. Like I said, I just wanted to. Nazis is a generic term for nasty people. That's all. Okay. Nothing political. Hey, Alexander, what's up? Where'd you get your regulator? Did you get your regulator? They tell me it's in the mail. Okay, so I do have two regulator movements, and I've got to figure out how to. I got to get the hands for it, and I've got to get a dial. I think I showed you my regulator. These little guys right here. This is and it's an automatic. I should have had my head examined. See if I can show you this thing. Yeah, it's got the, whoops, I'm gonna wreck it pretty quick. I'm a firm believer that if you haven't broken at least three three movements, you're not a true watchmaker. You're certainly not a pretentious one. But you can see right at the top up here and down here at the bottom, those are our hands, and then there's center minutes instead of center seconds on this. So I've got to, that's something I've got to work out. One of the things about this I don't like is that it's so small. I like working on those big 64, 97s and 98. Okay, Godzilla, what's up? Okay, the Harbring is cool. Yes, the Harbring is a wonderful watch. When you buy your boutique, I'll call them boutique watches, Sue. Do you get them over 40, 50% retail price? Over, I don't pay over for any of them. And I don't think I've ever, well, I think I don't know if I've actually ever bought one in a boutique. Okay, that's all I can say. Yeah, I like the most of the watches I get may have originated in a boutique, but that's not where I get them. I try not to spend as much as possible. Chapman, do you like newer Seamasters with the etch wave dial? You know, at first I didn't like those, but I've grown to like them. I've seen some I really like. Becoming a watchmaker. Listen, Alexander, only a pretentious watchmaker. I'll take more courses in it, but that's about it. I'm a bit of a Nazi if not liking China-made movement. You know, yeah, you got to be careful about that, about not liking China-made movements. Some of them are pretty good. Same thing with Japanese movements, like Seikos and stuff. And look at people, you know, snorting about ETAs that are Swiss-made. Some of them aren't so hot. There are other ones too that you might want to know about that are Swiss-made, and a lot of the Swiss-made aren't exactly all Swiss. Okay, she means a big discount, surely. Okay, yeah. I usually try to find them. You know, why buy a watch at full price? And even I think it's near offensive to pay what they call premiums. Premiums to me is one of those weasel terms that they use to gouge. Okay, great advice. Tennessee Mike, two enthusiasts appreciate everything from $50 to 50K. Great point. That's exactly right. Eddie, Bulgari now owns Genta and Daniel Roth. Actually, Bulgari is owned by the LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. It's actually the Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton group owns Bulgari, and then Bulgari owns those other two. They also own Zenith. That's another interesting thing. They have three different watchmakers with that group. So interesting stuff is happening there. Retail is for suckers. Yes. Well, sometimes it's not. Let me tell you the one watch that I paid full price for and didn't mind at all, and that was a Harbring 2. It's the only way you can get it. I mean, there weren't any others available. But I think that's the only one that I did pay full price for and have enjoyed it immensely ever since. Geo has some nice Grand 8 models. They do. My Bulgari had a ETA movement. The watch is so accurate. Yeah. You know, Sue, let me tell you something about ETA. I've got no beef with ETA, and I've made watches using them, and I got a pretty good idea of how they're put together, and they're not bad. They're a good mass-produced movement. The only problem I have, it's not with ETA, it's with companies such as Breitling. They've got something called if you look at the caliber number, it'll be a Breitling 24, and it's really, I think it's an ETA 7753. Now the 7753, if you go to the ETA site and start looking at those movements, that ETA 7753 does everything. So Breitling, all they got to do is buy them, pop it into a case, put on the hands and put holes on the dials, and Bob's your uncle. That's their watch. And then they want to have luxury prices for that, like, and then they don't exactly tell you the truth about, I mean, when you call a watch a caliber 24, and don't tell you the rest of the story. Views on Piaget. You know what? I've always liked Piaget. I've never particularly wanted one or seen one that I wanted, and I don't know why I like them. I've seen, but I do. I mean, just sort of as a general watch, I like Piaget. But the guy to talk to about it is Federico. Federico used to solve things. He knows them backwards and forwards. Hi, Ernie 75. IWC is the worst offender. I don't know if they're the worst, but they're not one of the good ones on that. And I wish they don't have to. I mean, why they say, look, what was that one? I did a thing on Louis Iran. Okay, here's what they do. They don't charge a crazy amount. They say, look, we use ETA movements, and they tell you which ones they use. And they say, well, we do make our own complications. And so they got a regulator that I think we talked about when we talked about that. And boom, what happened was that I believe them. I think it's like, oh, I believe they did that. On the other hand, when I see an ETA 7753 that's got all of these gizmos on it already, and then Breitling calls it a caliber 24, I don't believe anything. I do like the Rolf Lang. Oh yeah, I love the Rolf Lang. Rolf Lang, though, man, I want to get one of those things so bad. I really do. Right now, it's on the third leg of its trip around the country. I hear you have a full handmade. I saw the stuff they made them out of. I was up at Rolf Lang's place in Dresden. My God, it's just like that is. It's one of those things. I think. I just hope he has enough to go around. But see, there aren't that many people that want them, and for us that might be a good thing. There's one outfit that has them that you can get them on Chrono 24, some German company that he works with. I don't know. Okay, all right. Let's see what else we got. IWC watches should need no oil since people make them so greasy. Okay, what else you guys have? Everything we buy now is China made. A lot of it is. Piaget giving her his thing of beauty in the flesh. Okay, my SOTC, Zenith El Primero, Chronomaster Open T, Chopard LUC, but new pieces coming soon. Okay, Pete. God's if a company makes their own escapements and complications. Hey, I'll tell you something sort of interesting. Oh, what is my view of Parmigiani? I thought I made that pretty clear. It is the greatest buy in watchdom. You can get all of these great watches for these really great prices, and that's neat. Hey, Mike White Parrish. So yeah, I think a lot about them. The thing is, I have two Parmigianis. Love them both. Wear them a lot. But there are other watches that I like too. Mosers. I love Mosers. Mosers are such cool watches. I love those watches. There's I have my Henry double hairspring, and that is I love wearing that thing. I got too many watches I want to wear all the time. I get this one. This is a what is it? FP Journe Chronomet Souverain. That's a wonderful watch. It's just, and it's a simple watch. It's got the you know, hour, minute, and seconds, and then it's got a power reserve indicator. But what I like about it on the inside, the movement has got those double barrels for using. I think it uses 60% of each barrel, so that you have a constant force. That's the kind of stuff I like. Got boutique or not, there are a lot of boutique watches that that are very expensive that I don't want to have anything to do with. So it's more than just little. Michael Smith, I have 4 Parms. Hey, how do you like them, Michael? Oh, the Parmigiani Ovale. Oh man, is that bad? You mean? Is it? People should sell them so I can buy. Yes, yeah, that's something. That's right. I love that. Have you seen that Ovale pantograph? Those are so cool, but they cost it brand new. They're like $70,000, and the best price I've seen on them so far is about 40,000. So that's a lot. Okay, let's see. Tonda, Parmigiani Tonda. I love those. Now, I have the Tonda Hemispheres, which is their sort of a dual night and day watch. Really great travel watch. Tonda 1950. God, that's a beautiful watch. That's just gorgeous watch. Skeletons, I tell you, I'm just not into skeletons. I know a lot of people are. Just not my thing. A Metrograph right now. Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see. I was able to pick up a lot of Parmigiani from a dealer that was shutting down for 70 to 85% off. That's great. I'm sorry to hear Felix that that is going out of business, but we are vultures after all. 24 karat you win. Piaget is an old company. Parmigiani, yeah, you can find good deals on them. They're starting to dry up though. They really are. That's unfortunate. Okay, I need an Old Valley at 95% off. Yeah, I need one too for that. Okay, my next watch may be a Hublot all back too. You know, there's so much Hublot hate, and I don't know why. People are really down on Hublot, but I mean, they have they have their own movement outfit now. They have a lot of ETAs in them, granted, but they have this one called Unico. I think there's a movement company for Hublot, and I think it's called Unico. Okay, the Watch Lounge. Uh, okay, what are you guys thinking of? Xbox will be the biggest ever. Oh, yeah, with your grandfather's clock. Where do you buy your FP Journes? My FP Journes, I have 2, and I will get them wherever I can. Now, I got. Let me tell you an FP Journes story I had. Okay, there was this outfit in Ukraine. Okay, and they had a really good buy on. I think it was a Resonance. So I made a deal with them, and they said, "Well, we'll have a courier bring it." And I said, "Okay, that's cool. They're going to come to New York with a courier." The courier was a stewardess on an airline, on a Ukrainian airline. I was supposed to meet him in a dark alley somewhere and pick it up. I had to pass on that one. I rarely pass on deals, though. That was a great deal. Both of my Parmigianis I got from the same guy on 47th Street, and 47th, Federico said, "Man, you really got to know what you're doing on 47th Street," and he's right. Because most of the guys there, the guy that I worked with was this Russian guy who had he had his own sources for the FP Journes. They're not. I mean, even at a good price, are over $20,000. So I mean, it wasn't like you're getting a really great buy, but they've gone up so much. Especially that I lucked out on the resonance. That thing, I happened to get one that was very rare, not through no fault of my own. Okay, let's see what else you guys doing. You and Freak, yeah, those are cool. I like those. Um, Views on FPJ Elegante. Man, I tell you, I am tempted by those things every time I see one, Eddie. Here's why. That yes, they're quartz, okay, but they're a quartz that was designed by FP and what they do is that when you take them off, you go to bed, and they stop. And I think if they have like a little rotor in there, if that rotor stops for a certain amount of time, the watch shuts down and it doesn't use the battery, but it has a little, just enough battery power internally to keep the time. Okay, the most of the battery power goes to the display or turning hands and stuff. But as soon as you get up and you put it on, it winds back to the correct time. It works like my monorectal that flips ahead. Chapman FX, Rose engine dialed brigades can't be beaten for high-end dress. They are very nice indeed. If you want to sell a Parmigiani, let me know. I don't have a Culpa. Well, you're not going to get one from me, Michael. There are some good buys on Culpas still. That's another. There aren't as many as there used to be. Brigades, yeah, Brigade. You know, the Brigades I like the ones that look like Abraham Brigade had a hand in them. It was really, I think they're called Heritage. I'm not sure. They're not a classique, but they're either a Heritage or one of those, and they're really cool looking. Okay, sounds like a spring drive. Not a spring drive. Well, Godzilla? Who are you talking about? Let me see. Hi, Lorenzo Llamas. Hate you blow. Don't be a hater of anything. But the Big Bang Unico, that's the name of the movement company. Sang Buell 2 looks great. I may ask a question to anyone willing to answer. Why is Brigade Heritage given much love? Why isn't? It is by me. That was the one I just mentioned, Lorenzo. And like I said, it's got that cool look to it. Hey, Ted, your FBJ on that cognac strap is pure awesome. Oh, thank you very much. Well, now that's my other one. I have on the cognac strap. Actually, what I do, I got to fess up on this. That cognac strap, it depends what, if I'm putting on the dog, I'll put it on this watch. It really looks good with the platinum color too. Hello, Pedro. Let's see. Put the Brigade beret on. Well, I get different things that just feel like this way. One of the things about my beret, I love my beret because it's warm and it's extremely comfortable. But man, I tell you, we've been having this heat wave and it gets really humid and yeah. Is your wife into watches, Bill? Oh, let me tell you, Sue. Let me tell you about her collection. You want to know something? She just got. This is going to be added to her collection. She told me so. She said, "Oh, this fits me fine," and she's right. It's a wonderful. Some of these older ones. So she's got this. The other one she's got is a Beauvais, a really fantastic Beauvais, and then she's got a Louis Vuitton travel watch, great travel watch, and then she has a Jaja Lecoultre Reverso. And I sort of we sort of have an extended collection is the way I like to look at it. But that Brigade is just unbelievable. That was one of the best buys I got. I had to trade my overseas, not trade it, but I sort of like traded it in so I could afford the Beauvais she got. Hey, Turkey Vulture. Looking for Lang and Heim for a while. Pedro Ramos. Man, I tell you, that Lang and Heim it's got to be my favorite movement. They have that trigonal bridge and you can see everything. God, that's a great watch. I love that watch. The problem is they're really hard hard to find a deal. I got a call from a guy. I in Oman, Muscat or Oman, was where mine came from. I got a call from a guy, and he said, "Hey, they're having a sale on it for the people working for this bank." And so I got a hold of them, and they said, "No, you don't work for the bank, so we can't give you a deal." And then I found out. They said, "Well, we have one that we can give you the deal on, because somebody ordered and decided they didn't want it or didn't have enough. Something happened anyway." So that was the one I got. Love it. Which is your favorite brand model? You know, that's a good Pete. Pete's question. You know, what's my favorite brand or model? I and again, that's sort of like, who's your favorite child question. I like them all. They're all for different reasons. Um, that's, you know, why have a watch you don't like? And then to say one's a favorite. This one I was wearing all the time. I like wearing this one a lot. Before that, though, I wore my overseas every day for work, and then other ones, and then my Langenheim. I love wearing my Moser. I don't honestly. I don't have a favorite. That my great big old Vacheron Constantin 1921. Love that watch. I don't. It's like I've got everything's my favorite. Okay. All right. Put Haynes on. Jaeger and Bessener. Looks, yeah, those guys have some interesting things, sure. Uh, Breguet, Beauvais, Bremont. Bremont, I, Bremont, I like the cases. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Whoop. Man, I tell you, I've gone over. My time is up, everybody. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for your hey, Mooney, you got here so late, man. Um, anyway, I do have to run. Hi, JC. I'm sorry, Aunt. Man, you guys just got here late. Anyway, it'll be on. It'll be recorded and stuff. But I want to thank all of you. It's really, I tell you, I easily get as much from you as you do from me, and you get a lot from each other too. Take care. Oh, tomorrow is a review, collection review. Now, a lot of you may have heard about that guy who got mugged in New York, except the guy they mugged was you couldn't have mugged a wronger person, and the guy ended up getting busted up. Tomorrow, and there's a theft story that just in the collection review there was a theft, but the result of it was even more amazing. I think you'll really like tomorrow's collection review. Hope to see you then. Bye bye.